Please read the disclaimer. XRP holders, this is game-changing. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, money makers. If you hear kids screaming in the background, it's because they're doing WWE. They're wrestling. So you might be hearing some noises in the background. We had a rough day today. There was like 6 or 7 alarms during the day, and in and out and out and in, and so it was, they need to get out some energy. The markets are not doing good. Let's not beat around the bush. Crypto is down, stock market is down. What's happening? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about everything that's happening right now, Clarity Act, some opinions on Coinbase and Coinbase saying no, which we talked about this morning. Timeline from Brad Garlinghouse. I by accidentally just played that. Technical difficulty time. I'm getting everything in the beginning. If that doesn't deserve a smash of the like button, I don't know what is. You guys have been lazy recently. We haven't been able to break 1,000 in a while. The videos are doing good, but the likes, So I'm giving you a mission here on this video. Let's get over 1,000 likes. Currently, XRP is sitting at $1.34, down minus 4.76% on the day. Bitcoin down 3.88%, Ethereum down 5.59%, Solana 6.46%. Just all across the board, red. We can see the crypto bubbles. It's a fewer green, but for the most part, let's play with the bubbles. No, let's be serious, Avi. Sometimes people are in the comment section are like, "Why are all this shenanigans? Get to the point." And I'll tell you why. Because my day-to-day life is hard, right? So if I want to crack some jokes or do some shenanigans, I think I can do it, right? Let me know in the comment section. So right now, XRP did drop under the resistance level here. It's trying to fight back to break up above. It's not just the crypto market that is selling off here. Also the NASDAQ, you can see minus 2.2%. Big sell-offs here, AMD, Palantir. Meta had some news, that's why it's dropping big. But for the most part, lots of big drops here. The VIX is up 10%, so all the way back to 28. If a few days we talked about how it dropped all the way almost into the teens, now we're back up to 28. So the fear is still strong, and the roller coaster ride, right? Whoa, continues with the markets. The markets are undecided. The markets don't know what's going to happen. Yes, peace, no peace. Yes, war, no war. We're confused too, because today was one of the most active days in a while. Daytime, night, it was actually sleep update. I slept good, but during the day, it was bananas. My wife, let me stop the roller coaster. I think some of you got a little bit nauseous there. Like in the morning, my wife was supposed to go to work. She works at a special needs kindergarten, right? So the special needs education is happening. Regular education, no, right? So they told her you can go in if you want, and so she was like, okay, I'm gonna go in, and then she was gonna go, and then alarm, and then okay, 20 minutes later, I'm gonna go. I went to the car again, alarm. So she came back. She's like, I see that today is gonna be one of those days. Let's just go home. let's stay home today. So at least I got to spend more time with her, as if we don't spend enough time together. Think about it. I work from home, right? And now she's been home. She did her operation. She was home a few weeks, and then the war started. So she's been home for a while. We're up in each other's, behinds a little bit. And the kids, 3 boys, you know what it's like. Those of you that got wild boys. So like I said, the markets sold off today. It was all across the board, and crypto market also joined the celebration. The algos kicked in, and we saw a sell-off. Can this bounce back? We'll see, because Goldman Sachs just said that they think that the crypto market has seen the bottom, right? I got the tweet here, right? I'm just gonna get back to where we are, right? So we're in a listen. We're not in a great place, but we're back towards the bottom of the stochastic RSI. So at least that, right? And Goldman Sachs says crypto prices may have bottomed. Goldman Sachs officially labeled the current levels as attractive entry point, reframed their buy rating on Coinbase, and projected a 235 target. After 46 flush from the 25 highs, the weak hands are out and the infrastructure era is in. When Goldman Sachs starts talking about stabilization, the bottom is usually in the rear view mirror. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. And we even got Ripple tweeting out here, stablecoins are moving from trading tools to core financial infrastructure. North America leads with 45% of total crypto transactions value in transfers over 10 million, signaling institutional scale flows driving demand for regulated compliance-first assets. RLUSD is designed for that environment. So we'll continue to see, things regarding the Clarity Act. Before we get to the Clarity Act, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking to sign up to anything or to send me anything. Those are scammers. I will never DM you first. I will never send you a message. Please be very careful out there. So again, a lot of what's happening now is the uncertainty. Oil popped again today, 2.8, even went close to 195-ish. Silver dropping, down 5%. Gold dropping, down 2.73%. So it's not just the crypto market. Everything is selling off right now. And it's just one of those days, right? Some days you're just like, okay, everything's selling off. It is what it is. Let me close the computer or the telephone or your TV or whatever you're watching the markets on. Unless you're short and then you're happy, right? So that's the current situation. Now, let's go a little bit on the Clarity Act. And listen, this morning we talked about how Coinbase said that the stablecoin yield framework remains unresolved, and Coinbase, along with other crypto firms, are pushing back, saying no. But talks are active and ongoing. And listen, Brad said he thinks Clarity Act end of May. We're almost end of March, so end of May is 2 months out, so that's some time. But I wanted to read this for you. Listen, Brian Armstrong, Coinbase. Listen, he says here it's time to stop. It started back in January with the narrative that made sense, letting people earn with their own money, respect for that. But now enough. You're protecting your business fair, but the industry is bigger than Coinbase. If this doesn't move forward now, and Cynthia Loomis warned we're delaying it until 2030, and you're blocking it over yield, let's be clear. It's if a technology needs incentives to be used, that's not adoption. Blockchain doesn't depend on yield. It has real use cases, finance, international payments, remittance, and all these other things, right? Infrastructure, legal things, supply chain, real world assets, gaming, metaverse, content, data technology, energy, health, education, government, mobility, retail, others. Yield is only one case. This is 144 things that can be used, and yield is the one thing, right? Adapt, let's move it forward. Don't hold back an entire industry for one business model. It seems that the banks are not going to step back on this. Right? They're not going to. What do they care? So crypto just doesn't pass. What do they care? They don't care. But the crypto industry needs this to pass, right? And if there's no yield, no yield. So we'll find another way to make money. Right? So I hope that this gets compromised and gets through, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can get this passed going forward. Now, this is a real game changer. Right? Fannie Mae launching crypto-backed mortgages alongside with Coinbase. The mortgage company Better Home and Finance and the U.S. crypto exchange Coinbase Global are announcing a new mortgage product that allows homebuyers to pledge their crypto holdings when getting a Fannie-backed mortgage instead of selling the crypto to make a cash down payment. Now, this is a game changer because this is a situation where people can use their crypto and not sell it, not pay the taxes, and use it as collateral for their homes. Now, that's a good idea or a bad idea. That's up to you, right? I'm with the school of buying houses to live in is a bad idea. That's just my dad like drilled it into my brain, and that's my wife doesn't like it too much, but And so if you're investing, that's a whole totally different story, right? But if for living, right? But that's not the point of this video. The fact that you can now use crypto as um, a conduit to invest in real estate, let's put it like that, that's a game changer, right? Before you needed cold, hard cash or other assets in order to do that, other real estate. But now, crypto, commodity, right? Gold, silver, you can use that as collateral. Now crypto, now XRP. This is game changing, and we'll see how this can affect what's going on. Listen, there is still selling. Mara sold 15,000 Bitcoin worth over $1 billion. And initially the stock was up today, but then sold off like the rest of the crypto market. They need to start selling Bitcoin. Why? Because remember that there was a halving last year. And historically, halvings have produced after big runs, banana zones. And that way, the miners were able to sell some of the Bitcoin, but at a big profit, and they were able to continue to develop and to grow and buy more miners and more CPUs. But now prices are stuck. They're like they were in 2021, but the mining just got two times more difficult, right? The halving and the halving, we could say half is mined in the same period of time, right? So now they need more or higher prices in order to make the same money they were making in 2021. That's a problem. So they're starting to sell a little bit of their assets in order to cover costs, I'm thinking. And this is interesting. And some of these companies in the short term might even switch to AI. So there might be less mining. And that's interesting, right? They'll use their CPUs for AI. They might change. I've seen some companies already shift like that. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out over the next coming years. Do more and more companies shift from crypto to AI? We've talked about this. I think there will be some shift, but in the end, the crypto market will be resilient. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. We'll see in about 10 years. Don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. I think my kids are going bananas already. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.